housekeeping for those of you who's joined us. Make sure your electronic devices are turned off or silenced, rather, so that we don't have any interruptions. And again, the format for this post-game press conference will be, we'll have an opening statement from the head coach. Following that, we'll entertain your questions for the two student athletes who are in attendance. They will then be dismissed for further celebration, I believe, in the locker room. And then you can then direct your questions to the head coach. Joining us at the podium today on the left side will be quarterback Wyatt Bauer in the 6'2", 200-pound red shirt freshman, passing 10 of 16 in tonight's game, 177 yards, 3 for 2 touchdowns, rushed for 3 touchdowns. It's 5 total touchdowns, just 1 short of the total touchdowns scored in the national championship. That was done twice here, actually, in McKinney in past years, as a matter of fact. Also in the middle, as star, as it says in the program, I believe a defensive back, maybe a hybrid linebacker. Jalen Jones, the 6'3", 200-pound senior, had 3 solo tackles in tonight's championship game. 2 of those went for losses. So again, they were the student athletes joining us. And this is not a repeat. We may see repeats on TV. We see a lot of repeats here. Haven't seen these in McKinney. Again, veteran head coach Tony Anise is the Bisons win their 4th NCAA Division II national championship in the past 5 years. All of those right here in McKinney. Coach, take it away. Tell us about tonight's game.
Yeah, first off, the Bison is part of the Bison. Bulldogs won the 4th in 5 years, but the Bison are a super program. Give credit to Coach Simmons and his staff. Very unique style, very challenging style, and very prideful group of young men. They play the game the right way. I have mad respect for, Cole Keelan. He was hurt. You could tell he's hurt, just grinding it out, playing as hard as he played. Pretty incredible. And their whole squad, they've unbelievable season for them, and mad respect for what they've achieved there. We've played them now 4 times. First time away from Big Rapids, but it's always a dogfight, and they're always a tough out. I thought our team just showed great composure in a packed house. Harding brought it. It's a little bit easier, I guess, to bring it when you're 5-6 hours away, and Ferris is a distance away. But I thought Ferris had a huge crowd, and Harding had it. It was unbelievable. So I don't know what the all-time attendance record is, but it had to be close to breaking it here. So great environment, and playing with a young redshirt freshman quarterback, or we throw the number 3 in, who's a redshirt sophomore quarterback, or then Carson completed a couple passes, and so all in all, scared to death. They were the number 1 scoring defense in the nation, and our offense was very efficient. Didn't punt all night, and our defense, I don't know what it is. I think a little bit of playing them enough gives us like a little bit of something to assess, something to look at. And I thought our defense, I thought when it was Monday, I looked at the defensive coaches and I said, I feel like it's Thursday, like we're ahead of schedule. And it's easier when we played them last year and played them in 18 and 17 to just, have a good feel for it. So I give my defensive staff, Tony Anise, they call him Junior. He's not my son, but I guess we'll just call him Junior. So give Junior some credit, Coach Hodges, Coach Caserta, Coach Shreve, Coach Filion, Coach Nelson. It goes on and on that side of the ball. Great work by them. Just containing big plays, it's scary anytime Braden Jay's touching the ball, and so we contained them, we didn't stop them. We held Andrew Miller to 70 yards rushing, and I think that the D2 guys that say, man, Ferris really did a good job defending them, because that was the question mark, the D2 guys pointed out in their podcast a few times that our defensive line, wasn't as stout as it's been, but they were good tonight, so very proud, of our guys, and what an achievement, man. Like, I gotta pinch myself. It's mind-blowing to me that these guys just keep on doing this stuff. It's not easy to do, and I know I'm rambling, but last thing, I'll ramble. Thank McKinney. It's just an unbelievable venue, unbelievable experience. From the moment we land in Love Field to the police escort that we get, to the treatment we get, to the NCAA committee. I mean, it goes on and on with just first class. So very pleased to be able to have another one of these.
All right, good collection out there. Well, guys, let's have some questions for Wyatt and Jacob. Here we go, right here.
Chris Ferguson with Inside D2 Football. So Wyatt, you get to play alongside two other quarterbacks, and you guys bring different skill sets to the mix. Talk about the impact that you have and that they have on you, playing alongside them.
Yeah, we all complement each other very well, I feel. We all love each other. Like me, Chase, and Carson all love each other. Whoever's on the field, we're always rooting for that guy. And we just have great camaraderie together. And I feel the love between them, and just great to win championship.
And a follow-up question, talk about Carson a little bit, because he seems to be all over the place, kind of like a Swiss Army knife in a way.
Yeah, Carson's just all around a great guy. He does everything for our team, especially this year. He moved around at H-back, tight end, played quarterback too when we needed him too. So he's just a great utility guy and a great athlete as well.
Yes.
Anthony Clark, Ferris State Marketing Department. Coach Anise touched on it, Jalen, how some media might have had some perceptions about how the defense may be able to play against a team like this. What was your squad's mindset going into this, and especially really putting it on them in the second half?
Yeah, like Coach said, you played him last year and you played pretty well against him, so we had a good template coming into the game. We just had to execute what the coaches were doing and put us in position. We just had to make those plays, and that's some of what we did.
I also have something to add, sorry. The O-line has played great all year. Love those guys, man. They just really kept me up when I was down, getting hurt, and some bad games here and there. But, they were dominant all year, and they're a big part of why we have that in our hands right now.
And that's a good thing he said that. 41 rushes for 363 yards. Wow. Just wild.
Jalen, what's it meant to be a Bulldog and be back here for the fourth national championship?
It feels great. It's a crazy feeling. I can't even describe it. My story is kind of deep here. I came here in 2020, and I was a walk-on, for a walk-on. And a couple years down the road, I earned a scholarship, and I just kept grinding, and ended up starting the national championship today. So, it's a great feeling.
Yes.
Cassie Sealy, Ferris State News. Especially for you, Wyatt. I know, Coach, you talk about this a lot too. Your family, your team is a family. For Wyatt, you especially, your twin brother plays on the team. You've got Tim Bob, who are twins. It's a kind of a really cool atmosphere for you guys. So what's it feel like to do this as a family?
Yeah, it's great. I love all these guys to death. They brought me in, and they kept me up, and I'm young, I'm a redshirt freshman, so. But I just love them to death, and yeah, kept me up.
Any last questions for our student athletes? I'll ask a quick one. Coach Neese, you may want to close your ears. Coach Simmons had called your offensive coordinator, who I think you referred to as junior, as an offensive savant. What's it like playing an offense with an offensive savant calling the plays?
That's the deal, isn't it? Asking Wyatt?
Wyatt,
Yeah. How smart Steve is at creating.
Oh yeah, Steve's great. love the guy. He's a great guy. But you know, he keeps every week we got some new stuff, new wrinkles here and there with every play. And he's just he has a great mind. So he just keeps everybody guessing, and that's how we win games.
I'll just share this picture because you guys talked about Wyatt, if you can get it. But this is a picture of Wyatt in 2017 with our quarterback back in that time. So he's been around Ferris since probably he's probably been around Ferris, and it's like an hour and a half away, but he's been around Ferris since probably a fourth grader. And so I got pictures of Wyatt and Terry and Jaden Eddington with me when they were like in fourth grade. And isn't that awesome? Wyatt played at my high school. The field at my high school is called the Nick, after my dad's. So it's Nick and East Field. And so it's cool. It's just such a great story to know that Wyatt Bauer is my quarterback, and I've known him since he's a fourth grader, you know. And it's so odd because he's from my hometown, so it's pretty incredible.
Great story. Appreciate it. Hey guys, I know you want to get to the locker room so you can get back with the gang, so we'll let you guys go. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay. All right, Coach Anise, up for questions now. Who has a question for Coach Anise? Yes.
Coach, 2 minutes left, 2.5. You're up 21-7. Feels like you guys are in a great spot. You're gonna get the ball after half. You give up a score, all of a sudden it's 21-14. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts going into halftime.
Yeah, it's a really good question. So, I'm thinking as we're driving down that field, do we want to score right away here, or do we need to use the clock? And Steve, my son, who is up in the box, said it's 2 minutes. Like, they can't quick strike like that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. We'll try to score, not try to, take some of the time away. And that's what we did. And then, wow, I mean, they hit a big one, and the ball gets tipped in the air down by the goal. And, Cole, I thought, threw the ball pretty well, for Harding. And so it was deflating, to say the least. I think the sideline reporter asked me a couple questions at halftime, and I think I was nice, but I said, boy, you keep on asking me questions when, I can't say anything positive, but I went into halftime of the mindset we're ahead of Harding 21-14 at halftime. And so I didn't try to let it get to me too much. And then ba-boom, 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 fireworks to start the third quarter, the play that Chase broke, Chase is fast, by the way, if you guys didn't notice that, but the play that Chase broke, he didn't run all week in practice. He didn't hardly practice all week because he's got a real bad toe injury. Carson ran that play, and we ran it earlier, and Carson he didn't come off it as well as I'd hoped. And so at halftime, I'm like, Chase, if I run this play, you think you can run it? He goes, yeah, I'll run it. And I think the second play of the third quarter, right? He went. And then the kickoff return, boom. And then again, we made a couple big plays. And so it was wild. It was really wild. I said this to you guys probably on your show. The biggest challenge is if you can stay ahead of these guys, it becomes hard on them. And, you saw that, in the long drive that they had, which they ended up turning over. But it's hard on them. They're just not built to do that. It's just the way things are. And it's the second time we played Harding where we've had more plays, and we won the time of possession, which is crazy. you need to do, so.
Coach? Coach Simmons, when he was asked about what makes you so successful, he said a lot of times when teams are successful, they lose assistant coaches. So you said you managed to keep your core team of assistants together. Hey, how have you done that? And B, why has that been important for you?
Yeah, we've kept a lot of guys together. The guys last named Anise probably have a hard time leaving their dad or their uncle. So my son Anthony coaches inside receivers. My son Steve's the offensive coordinator. My nephew Tony's the defensive coordinator. Ryan Hodges has been with me since 1994. So it's beautiful. Brian Rock, I got in 2019. He's been a blessing. I've known him for 34 years. So it's been a family affair. Now, with that being said, we did lose our D-line coach, Tesfa Smith, to Central Michigan. Love Tesfa. And we lost Sam Parker. He became an OC at Mississippi Valley State. So we lost two guys off the staff. But this sounds a little mean, maybe obnoxious. But I always say, anytime somebody leaves, and I got three former assistants that coach at Michigan right now, University of Michigan. But anytime anybody leaves, I always say, we'll be better without them. So that's the attitude you gotta have. And so our guys are very committed, coaches. And 20 weeks, 20 straight weeks. Now we did have a bye week in there, but if anybody thinks a bye week is a rest week, it isn't. We practice still and those kind of things. But 20 straight weeks, it's so hard on the staff, right? Hodge has 4 boys and Grant's got, 3 kids and Coach Caserta, and it's like, man, wow, what a task to try to do all of this and still have a family and figure it all out. So I appreciate my staff and their level of commitment. And Coach Simmons, by the way, everybody's a Harding guy, so he's done the same thing, and it's probably a big reason why they're so great.
Any further questions for Coach Needs?
One more, Coach.
Yeah.
A year ago at this time, you told us about your mom and that you dedicated last season to her, and she was on your mind. I think you even credited her for calling some plays. What was on your mind throughout this season that kept you going, or that kept you succeeding at this level?
Yeah, still my mom, of course. Our family, our family's just, my dad was a high school football coach for 26 years as a head coach. My mom just loved it. My sister loves it. And then I've got 3 brothers that, they're just so into it, and so that's how we were built. And so family's so important. And then obviously, I've got family members that, love every bit of this, and so it's just becomes a lifestyle is what it is, and it's how we built our team. We built our team of family. So, like, I went on record as talking about the 8 guys in the portal, right? Well, yesterday, Linto, who played at Tulsa, played for us last year. He's in the hotel and is so excited, to be around. And so Safa, linebacker, last year, who's now he played for Western Michigan. They won the bowl game, won the NAC championship. He's out there, see at the hotel coach, and so it's family. The people that lifted me on their shoulder right away was Jason Vanderlaan, who was my first quarterback, 2-time Harlan Hill Trophy winner. He attacked me. Jay Clampman, both those guys played in the NFL. He attacked me. Jake Doherty. So those guys are all just like, they played for me forever ago, and they're so excited about it. And so it's pretty incredible. Just the family atmosphere we built, and I think, again, Harding's been the same way. And if you're not built that way, always say, I've said it a million times, you guys, but the catalyst of our greatness is love. And, you know, that's how we feel about each other. Like, you know, I mean, you know, how can you not love Brady Rose, right? I mean, I just love Brady Rose. And so I'm going to go back to the hotel, be happy and sad at the same time. And that's why I put him at the end to take the snap, just because it was Brady Rose, man. It's, you know, it's Justin Payout. It's two dudes that, you know, I tower over. You know, I'm 5'9", I'm towering over them, but they're super players, so it's incredible.
Not many coaches have four of those. Do you ever think about your legacy or where you rank now overall? And that's say it's impressive. It's an understatement, obviously. But how do you see your place in the greater football coaching world?
Yeah, I mean, that's for other people to judge, obviously. But, you know, I think maybe we broke the all-time scoring record, didn't we, Rob?
I think so.
In the history of college football. I think we probably might be the only team to ever be 16-0. And then 4 of these, I don't know, like, what, you know, what coaches have won 4, you know. Mel Churchman was one of the, he's my hero. Like, I love Mel. He did, you know, great things. Obviously, Brian Kelly at Grand Valley won 2, and Chuck Martin, who's my buddy, won 2. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just happy to, like, I'm just happy to be able to. It's a blessing every day to go coach kids like this. It's just unbelievable, and you know, it's just an unbelievable opportunity to just impact young people, and you know, the text messages I was reading to Chris, you know, some of the text messages I got, the text messages before the game, and the former players and stuff like that. It's just, you know, and I know Coach Simmons has the same relationship with his, you know, former Harding players.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Let's hit the hook one more time, though, for Coach Niesel. I'm a stat nerd. I got to look at the program. It's only been one Division II team that's won 3 state championships. North Alabama back in the 90s. And the teams you talk about, Grand Valley, Brian Kelly and Chuck Martin, they won just like the Bulldogs have 4 out of 5 years. So just looking ahead for next year.
Yeah.
Give you something else to look forward to.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Again, Coach Niesel, we appreciate it. We always enjoy your trips to McKinney, and hopefully we'll see you.
We enjoy it too. So thank you for all the hospitality. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.